Hey everybody, welcome to River Network Supported Housing. We've got one of our residents with us today who's an amazing lady. I'm going to introduce her, she's called Carole, and we're just going to interview her a little bit about a past, a present and a future. So Carole, why don't you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well,
Where you was born and raised?
I was born in Oxfordshire.
Yeah.
We moved to Godalming when I was about 3. Then we moved to Midhurst in West Sussex. And unfortunately things sort of went downhill from then because I got married at early age.
How old was you when you got married?
16.
16, okay.
Well, no, I left school at 16, married at 17.
Okay.
Then I had my first daughter at 19.
Yes.
So, yes, I wouldn't change anything though. I'd still,
Yes.
just what had happened.
When you said it went downhill, was that with your partner, your husband?
Yes, everything was fine to start with. Then as soon as we got married, that was it. He sort of going off with other women in that.
Okay.
So
you brought your kids up on your own?
Yes.
How many?
I've got 5.
5 kids?
5,
wow,
yes.
That's a lot. And did you bring them all up single-handedly?
Yes.
Wow.
I had a couple partners and that sort of in between, but they never lasted long.
Okay.
Except for my late husband. I was with him for about 7 years.
So that was a good relationship?
It was, yes. And so
he
apart from
sadly
him,
passed away?
He did, unfortunately, yes.
What was that with?
He had a blood clot
Okay.
to the lung, yeah, and it was very suddenly. Yes.
And how long ago was that?
That was 2002.
And that's when really, I think that's when you ended up in, it was meant to be supported housing, is that right?
No, I was, I went off on my own for looking after the children, and then about 6 years ago, I went into a HMO in Birmingham.
How many years ago? 6?
About 6, yes.
Okay, and just tell us a little bit about that, because I know you wasn't happy with it, and there was a lot of support and a lot, of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
So for you, really, I mean, you'd led really a normal, stable life, apart from, you had a bad partner.
Yes.
You brought the kids up, and then a guy who was really great with you, he died after 7 years, passed. But you'd had, a relatively stable life.
Yes, yeah.
And then you end up in this sort of chaotic, meant to be supported housing, where you'd not come from sex, drugs, rock and roll, street or anything, and you end up in this housing. So just tell us sort of top line what it was like.
There was not supposed to be any alcohol or any drugs.
Yeah.
We had a camera which was supposed to see everything that was going on in the house, but people were sitting there drinking alcohol. We had drug dealers come to the door.
Chaotic,
Police were at the door, yes. And then
did you get any support or much support?
we had supposed to have had support workers, but they come and go, and they come once a week and they just say sort of, how are you, is everything okay, and that was it.
So not for long, you wouldn't see them for long?
No, we're supposed to have had an hour meeting with them, but you'd be lucky if you had 5 minutes.
5 minutes,
with them.
okay. And what was the property like itself?
Well, when I first moved there, in the dining room, I noticed a leak on the floor. 3 years after when I left, it got worse and worse, and if it had been raining, you wake up in the morning, it'd be like a swimming pool inside.
So the premises wasn't good and you didn't get much support?
No.
And there was a lot of chaotic behaviour, you told me that.
Yes.
You see drug deals going on
Yes.
and all kinds of stuff. Then where did you go from there?
That's when I left there and I stayed with my daughter for a bit. I was sofa surfing.
Yes.
And then I ended up...
You came to us at River Network.
I ended up here and I wouldn't go back. Yes, Yes.
And how has that been? From us
Oh.
interviewing you and then you moving in, just talk a little bit about the support you've had with us.
Oh gosh. Food banks. Well, I can't say the support has been wonderful, you know. There's always someone there if, you know, and if something's wrong in the house, it gets sorted. You know, I can't say, because as I say, it's amazing, you know. You get taken out, like today we've had a Sunday meal, which is lovely, it's brilliant. No one else do that. We go on picnics and we have a meals, a big get together on the Thursdays or Wednesdays at the house, and yes, it's.
And since we sat down with you and we interviewed you, then we did a support plan with you.
Yes.
We've been doing support. But you've really responded well to opportunities of leadership, of cooking, food prep, helping the guys with budgeting, food prep. You help Jill on the food bank. So you don't just receive the food bank on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You actually help with the food bank.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Yes.
And you become part of the team, really. You're helping lead in that house. We'd say you're like a lead resident.
Okay.
And, you know, we work closer with you. But it's not like just victim-based, sitting down, talking about all your issues.
No.
We've listened to the challenges you've faced and we've supported you through. But even now you're looking at applying to do some voluntary work, aren't you? Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
There's a charity shop just opened up, like for the hospice and that.
Yes.
So I've put in a form to do charity work. It can either be serving in the shop or just labelling up in that.
That's good.
Yes,
Excellent. And
yes.
you've distributed some of those forms to the other guys.
Yes, and I've put some posters up. I've sort of left them on the seats in the park. Yes.
Amazing, really. I mean, it's amazing to see you've progressed. And you even told the MP, the local MP, how much your confidence had built.
Yes, it has. It really has, because I suffer from anxiety, and since I've been here, I've had so much, you know, no one looks down on you. Terry and Jill, you know, you're both fine. You don't sort of, oh no, you can't do that. And all the guys at the house, they're lovely. I'll go to the shops now on my own. Some days I sort of, I can't do that, but I push myself. I'll get up in the morning, I'll have my shower, and I'll go out in the garden.
Tell us a little bit about the garden, what you've done in the garden, because that's worth talking about.
Well, I planted peas, we've had potatoes, rhubarb, we've got an apple tree, which is got a lot of blossom on it. We've got a pear tree, a cherry tree,
sweet corn,
yes,
potatoes. So that's in our sort of allotment, isn't it?
Yes.
An allotment we've got in the back of the supported housing project. So that's, you know, it's all like therapeutic, holistic stuff. That, I mean, because you've cooked the potatoes and we've had the peas.
We've had peas. Yes.
So, you know, it's very heartwarming to see that these little projects, these therapeutic projects like the garden and the allotment, and like the budgeting and food prep and cooking, because then the guys will come in and help you food prep, and they help you wash up, and it brings team, community, all that kind of stuff, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And with the food bank, like last week we had chicken pie. Well, all of that came from stuff that we got off the food bank. So you know, it's yes.
And we've also worked with you on not just budgeting for yourself, but budgeting for the property, because we've given you a card.
Yes.
And you can go out and we give you a budget and you buy the food and other things and then prepare it. So that's quite. You was touched by that, wasn't you? When we
I
gave
was
you the card.
very, yes, very.
Why was that?
Well, someone to give you their card and to give you that trust
And responsibility.
and responsibility of
Yeah.
their money. It just, I've never really had that before. Yes, it actually brought tears to my eyes. Yeah.
Was that the onions that brought tears to your eyes? Or?
Partly, yes.
So as you can see, Carole is one of our amazing residents, but she's not just come, she's allowed us to coach her, train her, support her, and she's absolutely flying. I mean, really. I mean, all those biscuits that you made today, the cheese, I'd call them cheese biscuits.
Yes.
Savoury like biscuits. Amazing, which you've made for the whole community. And even doing this broadcast, did you ever think you'd be doing something like this?
No, never.
And isn't it easy? We're just talking,
yes.
conversation.
Yes.
So,
I've been for job interviews before, but I've sort of,
yeah. But this is going to keep building your
Yeah.
confidence, leadership, public speaking. I know people who this is getting sent to now, because we're going to send this to the council and other people, just to show them what we're doing and the support you're getting. But you're doing what some professionals would run a mile. The two biggest fears in life is death and public speaking. Okay. And this is what you're doing now. You're doing media at an amazing level, Carole.
Thanks.
So we're very proud of you.
Thank
and
you.
You're doing amazing. And you're still, giving out to your family. But boundaries have been set now better, haven't they?
Yes.
Because there's overcrowding there, really. You've come to us, but no, you're still supporting your daughter and grandchildren. And you see them, but you've got your own life as well. And you're actually loving it, aren't you?
I am, yes. Yes, there's never a day when... Because before I'd just stay in my room. And when I was at the HMO before, I'd just stay in my room. But now, as I say, I'll get up in the morning and have a shower. I'll go in the garden, I'll go to the shops and that. And then, yes, sometimes I do stay in my room, but I'm always knitting because there's laid down the market on a Wednesday. I knit stuff and she sells it on and...
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how your life is being rebuilt. And, farther down the line, we're going to help you move on to get your own place. But you're still building and working towards that. But it's amazing. If you was to say anything to the local council about the service that you're getting and the support, what would you say to them?
I can't say anything other than it's brilliant. Yes, it's amazing, the service. It's nobody can stay at the house and say they're hungry because there's always food. There's so much support and the love that you get from them, that's all I can say.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And that's a credit to you as well, because you have engaged and you're hungry, really, for opportunities. And we keep coaching you, giving them, and you're responding well. If you was to say to somebody who was homeless, on the verge of homeless, why they should come to River Network Supported Housing, what would you say? And just look in that camera and tell them.
I'd say you get a warm bed, you've got a roof over your head, you've got hot water, you've got friendly atmosphere, you've got food, you've got love. That's all people want, to know they've got love, that and the heat and the warmth and the food, yeah.
And,
I definitely come here.
And what about the support planning and helping them to plan for their future?
You get help with your support. If you're stuck on anything, you'll get help with that, form filling, or if you just want to, I don't know, like me, I'm doing charity. If you want to get into that, then you'll get help for that, anything, and as I said before, we get taken out places. Not long ago, we went to a bike and car rally. We've had picnics at Carsington Water. We get taken out for fish and chips. I say we have meals cooked at home because the two houses we come at the house and we have a cooked meal. We get celebrities come over, and yes, I definitely recommend getting in touch with River Network.
There you go, and it's very easy to do. All you need to do is click on the link below, and it's rivernetworkcharity.org.uk/housing. It's a very simple process. You can self-refer, but if you're working with a local council or a key worker or a support worker, you can get them to fill in a form and send that, and we'll interview you really, really quick. So I just want to thank you, Carole, for all you are and all you do. You're doing amazing, and you're part of the team now. You're doing great. And if you want to join us, if you need somewhere to stay, just click on the link below, rivernetworkcharity.org.uk/housing. We'll see you soon. It's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from her, Carole.